Hello everyone. Today let us see signals and systems. Myself are Anil Kumar, working as assistant professor in GRIT. Okay, coming to this signals and systems, today we are going to see the lesson 1 topics that we are going to discuss about the types of signals: impulse, step, ramp, sinusoid, exponential, signum, and sine C, nothing but cardinal of sinusoidal signal. From this lesson, students must be able to classify what are the types of continuous time signals that exist and the differences between the continuous and discrete time domain signals, how they are going to be represented. That we can see as we go through these slides. So, first of all, why to study these signals and systems? As you know, the present technology is all about how the controlling is being carried over an application. Means we are going to control something, any external device remotely, or we are going to store any data remotely, and the stored data need to be fetched from the other end. So like this, the data is to be fetched and as well as transferred from various remote locations. So how this data is being stored or fetched? First of all, how this signals has been stored, because what are the data that is existing that may be in real time, that may be varying with respect to time. So as we go through, the signals will be varying with respect to environment conditions also, and the response may be having high magnitude or low magnitude, for which the signals must be sampled. So for this reason, the signals must be analyzed such that without any noise, the response must be either stored or fetched to the other end of application to control or to any application oriented device also. These signals must be analyzed. So here can see some animations regarding the signal tower, where we can see the signal strength in our mobile phones. Okay, so what do you mean by signal? A normal signal consists of a physical quantity that carries some information, and it depends on various parameters like time and environmental conditions also. Here some examples are represented. One is human speech, radar signal, mobile signal, traffic signal, and so on. And even earthquake can be represented on a paper through any through a application. What do you mean by application which used to print that earthquake signal? I think you know that one. It is a richer scale. Is it used to print the earthquake representation on a paper? So here we are represent some signals. So one is a mobile signal, the other is a radar signal, and another is a sampled analog signal. So here we are typically considering this sampled analog signal type applications only. So here we can see the sine waveform is being sampled at a different instance. The blue waveform is our analog signal, and the red signals represents our sampled signals. Next, coming to the typical signals. The first is unit impulse signal. Unit impulse, or normally can call it as a impulse signal. Unit indicates the magnitude is 1. If the magnitude is other than 1, we can roughly call it as an impulse signal. And what do you mean by impulse signal? For a short duration of time, the signal value will be having a maximum value. Here we are discussing only unit, so here we consider maximum value to be only 1. Okay, for a short duration we are expecting, so we represent that short duration as for t equal to 0, for which the impulse function is 1, and the other instance of means other than 0 of time, the impulse function is 0. Similarly, the unit step signal, from the graph we can see that after time 0 means t, whenever it is greater than or equal to 0, the output function is 1. So as we are defining with constant 1, we represent this as a unit step signal. If we represent other than 1, we can call it as step signal. So the condition or the formula that we can represent for a unit step is u of t equals to 1 for t greater than or equal to 0, and it is 0 for t less than 0. Coming to unit ramp signal, as you know, the ramp signal is a constant linear signal. Here we are defining with a unit ramp, so we consider the slope is equals to 1. Okay. and the function or the formula that is representing this unit ramp signal is for t greater than or equal to 0, r of t means a ramp signal. R of t is equals to t, and for t less than 0 it is 0. And this r of t can also be represented in a step function. As you can see here, r of t equals to t into u of t. Coming to the next signum signal. This signum signal is represented with a sign value, means either positive or negative. If the time value is greater than 0, output value is positive. If the time value is less than 0, the output value is negative. As we are defining unit signum signal, the magnitude is 1. If other than 1 we want to define, then roughly call it as a signum signal or signum signal. From the formula we can see the sign of t equals to 1 or minus 1 for t greater than 0 and for t less than 0. And the next coming to the signal is exponential signal. Exponential signal is represented with e power alpha t, where alpha is greater than 0. If it is less than 0, the graph will be just reverse to that of signal what we have shown here. Okay, and if it is equal to 0, I can know, I think you can know what will be the value of x of t if alpha is 0. You can see that if alpha equal to 0, x of t is equals to a, which is a constant step signal. We can consider that as a step signal with magnitude capital A. Coming to the next, it is a sinusoidal signal. I think most of the students know what is a sinusoidal signal. Here we are representing a sinusoidal signal with some delay with phi, with a phase delay of phi. And the representation of sinusoidal signal is x of t equals to a into sine of omega t plus phi. And the next coming to the signal is a sine C signal. Sine C signal nothing but cardinal signal, cardinal of a sine signal. So from the graph we can see that at 0 instant the value is 1, and the other than 0 instant it is continuously decaying. Okay, decaying in the sense it at some time it reaches to 0. So here we can see the function of sine C of x equals to 1 for x equal to 0, and sine x by x other than x equal to 0. Means when x not equal to 0, we can define sine C function as sine x by x. So there is a sine C function. And the next coming to the differences between the continuous time signals and discrete time signals. As you can know, the continuous time signals can be represented with at any instant of time the value has been defined. Whereas discrete time, at certain instant of instance only, the signal value has been defined. At certain instants, we can term this as at certain instant of samples. So at which samples we are going to discuss that we can represent that is termed as discrete time signals. So here we can representation can see from the differences that signals of continuous time are represented with x of t, and for discrete time it is represented with x of n. And here the representation of continuous time is t, and here it is represented with n, where n is the sample number of samples. So the representation, how the graphs are represented, as you already know how the continuous time signals are shown. In the earlier slide we have seen the graph representations of different signals. When we come to a discrete time, the representation can be of any of these 4 types. That is graphical representation, or it may be a functional, it may be a tabular, or it may be a sequence. These all 4 we can see in this next slide, where we can see the graphical representation, where at the instance of x value, means x of n value, the peak values are represented. We can see that from the graphs, x of minus 2 is equals to minus 3, x of minus 1 equals to 2, x of 0 equals to 0, and I think you can write down the values for x of 1, x of 2, x of 3. Okay. And next coming to the functional representation. Functional representation in continuous time we have seen with respect to formula x of t equals to. Similarly, in this discrete time we can represent with x of n for different instances of n values. What is the x of n value? Okay, you can see the 2 examples with the direct function of x of n equals to 2 power n, which you can see in the example 2. Example 1 can be is represented with the based on graphical representation. Okay, and next coming to tabular representation, same representation of graphical what we have seen. Consider that as an example. Here for respect to n values, x of n values are represented. I think you can easily write this tabular representation, as you can use it in the mathematics at different instances of x value. What is a y value? Similarly, here we represented in tabular representation for different values of n. What is the x of n? And next coming to sequence representation. In this sequence representation, it is similar to a set values. Means set means in a set we write some set of elements. Similarly here also we write set of elements, but here the values are represented with the magnitude values. Okay, and the arrow is represented which indicates the position of n sample n value with 0. Here the position of arrow indicates the sample starting value. The left of that arrow will be a negative instant samples and the right of this arrow will be a positive samples. Means from this sequence representation we can see that at x of n equal as x of 0 it is 0. At x of minus 1 means we need to come left side of that arrow. X of minus 1 it is a 2, x of minus 2 it is minus 3. And similarly if we come across the right side of this arrow, the values of samples are represented with a positive. That is, for x of 1 it will be 3, for x of 2 it will be 1, x of 3 it will be 2. The first example is a finite series, and similarly we can write for an infinite series also. That is all for from the unit from the lesson 1. Catch you for the lesson 2. Thank you.